Well, that's the Mohican Outdoor Center. So, welcome to day 96. Got a little bunk here, wasn't bad. Slept fairly well last night. Although surprisingly, I seem to sleep better in my tent on my air mattress than I do in these bunks anymore. But they had food in there, and they made a really good breakfast with eggs and home fries and bacon and English muffins. So definitely filled myself up with that and too many cups of coffee. So had a decent night there, got a good breakfast. Getting back on trail this morning. Gonna go relatively short, about 10 miles to the town of Delaware Water Gap. We'll cross into Pennsylvania. At that point, there's a hostel in Delaware Water Gap where we're gonna stay and get a ride up to the Walmart to resupply for the next leg into Pennsylvania. So pretty excited about crossing into a new state today. I will get some video of that and I will get back with you later. For now, Recon out. It's fairly chilly this morning. You can see the leaves are changing. So we are not outrunning the fall as I hoped we might. It's going to overtake us. And at some point, winter's going to overtake us, and that should be interesting. That's pretty. So I just had kind of a fun experience. I just got caught and passed by a young southbounder, and he asked about southbound. I said yes. I asked him when he started. He said August 1st, which is like a full almost 6 weeks after I started. And this guy has caught me. He's probably doing 20 to 25 miles a day. It's just unreal what these young people can do out here. And then he looked at me and said, "Are you Recon?" I said yes. And he told me that he had been watching my videos to prepare him for Southern Maine and New Hampshire. And he says, quote, "I feel like I've met a YouTube celebrity," unquote, which I think is hysterical. I'm certainly no celebrity, but I think it's great that, he watched the videos and got something out of it. So that's pretty awesome. And he also told me there's more people coming up behind. So at least for now, I'm not the last person southbound, which is nice to know. That's really pretty. This is the opposite side of the ridge. So I'm still running down Kittatinny Mountain. Kittatinny. That's the right side, and previously I'd filmed the left. And it's starting to rain. It hasn't rained in probably 2 or 3 weeks. I can't remember now. It's been so long. So I can't complain about it, especially since the water sources, creeks, and springs are all running dry. So don't like to hike in the rain, but we definitely need it. Wow, get to 3 full 60 here. There we go. There's All Day coming along behind me. We gotta go this way now. Trying to get run over by a car. That's I-80 up above, so we're crossing under I-80. And then we're gonna take a right up here. And then we'll have to cross the bridge over the Delaware River. Well, this is the joy of through hiking. Look at all them people stuck in traffic. Yep, not me. I'm free as a bird. Through hiking the Appalachian Trail, watching everybody up there just creeping along on the interstate. This ain't the craziest juxtaposition of things. Here we are, getting ready to cross the Delaware River. Crossing the Connecticut River. And everybody ready? Because here it comes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pennsylvania and New Jersey. I'm gonna stand right here. All right. My right foot is in Pennsylvania. My left foot in New Jersey. That's it, folks. I'm in Pennsylvania. 7 states down, 7 states to go. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, I-80 on the Pennsylvania side. And I don't know what this is, some kind of maintenance building. But not only have I entered Pennsylvania, but at this very spot, 900 miles. There it is, 900 miles right there. So continue to march. Recon's heading south. All right, and this ends day 96. Behind me, we have the hostel. This is Marty's Yellow House. I'm not sure why they call it that. But anyway, that's Marty out front working on his sidewalk. And so myself and all day are here. We each have a private room, and there's laundry and showers. So we're gonna get all cleaned up, and then Marty's gonna run us up to the Walmart. We're going to go ahead and get food for the next 2.5 days. So Palmerton is 36 miles, so we should be there in about 2.5 days. We'll grab food for that, and then we'll roll into Palmerton. So entered the new state today. I'm very excited about that, and we hit 900 miles today. So Semper Fi, and remember our Gold Star families, please. And Recon out. Whew. And welcome to day 97, and welcome to Pennsylvania. So I had a good night at Marty's Yellow House. Did laundry, got a ride to Walmart, picked up some supplies. Got about 15.5 miles to the town of Wind Gap. There's a motel there. We may stay in a motel, may go on to a tent spot. Depends largely on the weather and how late. Got a late start today, so we're gonna get moving. And for now, we'll Recon out. There's the trail. I forgot to mention that at Walmart I bought a frozen Jimmy Dean's breakfast bowl, and come to find out that Marty's Yellow House does not have a microwave, so I couldn't eat it. I ended up eating 3 glazed donuts and a grapefruit for breakfast, so hopefully that's good enough for the morning. But check this out. This is Interstate 80, all down there, and all those people going to work, going someplace. That's the bridge over the Delaware River. We walked over that bridge yesterday. But now we're up here. That's kind of cool. I gotta go to my job now. Start my job, which is walking. So here I go. There's another view of Interstate 80. And right over there is the Delaware River. It's pretty crazy, right? I mean, I'm up here pretty high now, going even higher. It's just amazing to look down and see everybody going about their jobs down there and going about their lives. You know, having no idea there's some crazy old man up here in the mountains looking down on them. So anyway, it's pretty cool. It's definitely a privilege to be able to be out here doing this, and I feel very, very fortunate to have that opportunity. So there it is, folks, Interstate 80. And if you're creeping along in that traffic, sorry. There it is. There's the Delaware River. And to the left, there's I-80. We are a lot higher now. I don't know what that thing at the back with smokestack, some kind of factory apparently. Look at these rocks. There's a little cliff out here, look at that. Pretty high up here. It's like a pretty good cliff right there. And on I think I came past that thing over there. Some kind of like cell tower or microwave tower. It's kind of pretty. I mean, I feel like if I come across a nice scene, I should like get that for you guys because I know you like seeing this stuff. And there's the two smokestacks over there I saw from a different angle a couple hours ago. And I like this cliff. And it's a pretty big drop off there. The 14-year-old boy in me just wants to go to the edge and pee off of this thing. But the 63-year-old in me says I'll probably fall off and nobody will ever find my body, so I should probably stay where I am. Little peaceful farmhouse down there, it looks like. Well, I'm in it now. So the nickname for Pennsylvania is Rocksylvania, and you can see that there's nothing but rocks in front of me. These things are terribly hard to walk on. They're unstable. There's really not even a piece of dirt to put your foot, and the rocks are not flat. They're all sharp and pointing upwards. So this is like a through hiker nightmare, and everybody has to go through this. We all know about it. According to Bill Bryson's book, these rocks are from the last ice age. They just got dumped here. So it's a nightmare to walk on. There's nothing you can do but just try to get through it the best you can without twisting an ankle. And it goes on, I think, off and on for about 70 miles. So I got a lot more of this to look forward to. All right, we're coming to the end of day 97. I've gone about 15.5 miles, and I was gonna go about another 1.5 miles to a campsite, but there was no water there. I would have to get water down here at Wind Gap and carry it up. And it's like 6:15 now. You can see it's pretty dark. It's very overcast. Even the crickets think it's nighttime now. They're all making noise. And it's supposed to storm. The wind has picked up. It's getting really dark. And it's supposed to storm pretty quick here. So I've gone ahead and chickened out. Actually, it's starting to rain a little bit now. And I'm gonna go stay in the motel down here. And that way I can stay dry tonight, maybe get a decent meal, and move on tomorrow. My feet are just totally abused by the rocks. I mean, they were just awful. And the worst stuff I've walked over in the entire trip so far. And I'm just not really feeling like I want to go any further today. And like I said, it's going to storm. So anyway, that ends day 97. I will get up with y'all in the morning. Pretty outstanding looking place. The Gateway Motel in Wind Gap, Pennsylvania. Lots of other hikers have stayed here though, and they have like nothing but rave reviews about how great the place is and how awesome the staff is. So here we are, my home for the night. It is day 98, and I am leaving the world famous Gateway Inn in Wind Gap, Pennsylvania. So the place looks pretty rough on the outside, actually. There's even like a dumpster over here. It's got a mattress in it. But the rooms were renovated. They only had one room left. I gave the room to all day. I slept in a what was the manager's apartment, which was basically just a mattress on the floor. And it was fine. She only charged me $20 for it. So I was indoors. I got a shower. We had a good dinner last night. Got to walk up this road a little bit to get back on trail. It's kind of already starting to rain. It's misting. It's kind of miserable and cold out. We got about 14.5 miles to go to get to a tent site. The shelters are not conveniently spaced here, and there's no water. So we're actually depending on water that people are leaving at the roadside for us. So hopefully in about 8 miles, there should be a water cache that we can fill up at. So anyway, I'm gonna stop yakking. I'm gonna try to get up to the trail without getting hit by a car and get moving. Day 98. It's about 8:30 in the morning. I'm still climbing up from the road down there. Weather is not looking super awesome, but at least it's not raining right at the moment. I don't know, there's a road way down there. I think that's probably an interstate, but I don't know what that is. It might be an interstate. Certainly looks dismal out here, but you know, knock on the ground, it's not raining. I'll take that for a win. At least not yet. So moving along here as quick as I can, I've got about 2.5 miles to go to get to a road where hopefully they've maintained the water cache, because there's no water out here, so people are stocking this water at a roadside. And then another 6 miles beyond that to what's listed as a tent site. In the meantime, it started raining, which is just yucky. So anyway, it's one of those days. It's not going to be great. So I'm going to march on. All right, so this is Smith Gap in Pennsylvania, and this is a water cache. So some kind person is coming up here every couple days and leaving water, which is awesome because there's not much water out here. There's very little natural water. And it looks like the next water I will come across is about 13.5 miles, which will put it sometime tomorrow. So I just took what I needed and tried not to take any more than I needed, and left the rest for people coming along behind me. This is not awesome. Not at all. This is really nasty. And it's cold on top of everything else. It's probably 50 degrees. So, welcome to Pennsylvania, folks. As they say, embrace the suck. Well, here I am. Got the tent set up, and I have made some freeze-dried food. I'm waiting for it to rehydrate, and that's it. Sitting inside the tent, and I'm going to eat my dinner, and then probably blow up my air mattress and go to bed. You know, fortunately, my stuff, you know, for the most part, stayed dry. My little foam pad in the bottom of my pack got wet. I don't know if the liner's got a hole in it. Fortunately, my quilt and my air mattress stayed dry, but I have to check that. That bag may have a hole in it. So that's it for now. This ends my rainy day. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I hope it doesn't rain, but we'll see. And that's all. So I'll see y'all in the morning.
Yeah. Good morning, and welcome to day 99. It's still raining. Rained all day, rained all night. I slept pretty well, all things considered, and stayed dry inside the tent. But you know, the backpack is wet, tent is wet, everything's kind of wet. It's kind of a mess. I'm in the tent now. It's 6 a.m. I am eating oatmeal, a Pop-Tart, and some instant coffee. And then I'll try to get packed up as best I can and get moving. And I'll be up with you in a little bit. So this is day 99.
Day 99 is off to a roaring start. Got packed up. Everything is wet. My sleeping clothes and my beanie and my air mattress and my goose down quilt are all dry still, fortunately. I packed those away inside a waterproof pack liner. The foam pad that goes in the bottom of that liner was wet last night. I mean, had some water on the bottom of it. I have no idea why, because I couldn't find a hole this morning, but I used a different bag. So just gonna be on the safe side. I'm a little irritated with the backpack. It's made out of nylon, it absorbs a lot of water, and it seems to pool in the bottom of the pack when it rains all day like it did yesterday. So this will probably be the last trip for this pack. It's still functioning. I'm not going to replace it now. So I talked or texted a trail angel, hospital person, and in about 13 miles, we're going to cross a road where she can pick us up and take us back to the hostel. And that'll be nice because I would like to get this gear dried out and not spend another night out in the rain if I don't have to. I mean, I could, but I'd rather be in a hospital if I can. So off I go. This is yucky. Put my rain jacket back on. I bet this would be a nice view under normal circumstances. It's not so nice right now. So my 88-year-old father religiously watches these videos, and I can hear him right now sitting in his lazy boy recliner in Seminole, Florida, watching this and saying, "That doesn't look like fun to me." Well, this is not fun, Dad. This is actually suckfest. But it's all part of the adventure. We gotta get through it. So tomorrow may be a better day. I don't know. Anyway, I love you, and I'm glad you're watching my videos, but this is not fun, just to clear things up. All right, this is the sign for the bypass trail. So it's a very steep descent on the Appalachian Trail down to Palmerton, and this is the bypass trail that avoids some of that apparently. So I've had 3 separate people over the last week tell me that if it's been raining or if it's wet, to take the bypass trail, because the regular Appalachian Trail is extremely steep and rocky and very slippery and dangerous. So anyway, this is only the second time I've gone off the AT, but given that it's been raining for a day and a half and I don't want to get hurt, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take this bypass. So we'll see what it has to offer. All right, coming down into Lehigh Gap. There's the highway there. And then that is the Lehigh River. And then the Appalachian Trail continues up that thing. So anyway, I don't know if that line across there is the trail or not, but it goes up that, so that's where I'm heading. This is kind of cool. They have this like heavy duty fence here to keep these rocks from going down on the highway. You see another one up there, and then you can see one down here too. So I'm supposing without these fences, these rocks would end up on the highway down there. All right, not too exciting, crossing the Lehigh River. Every now and then you gotta come down into these areas and go through civilization and go back up into the hills. The town down there, that might be Palmerton, I'm not sure. But there's a river. Pretty foggy out still. The trail just kind of cuts right up through there. Well, good morning and welcome to Get It. Guess what? Day 100. Today is day 100. I started my through hike 100 days ago. So taking 7 zeros, that puts me at actual hiking day 93, but day 100 overall. So I like 93 better. It sounds better, and that gives me 10 miles a day average over the last 3.5 months. But it is day 100, so here I go. And just got dropped off, spent the night at the Breezy Acres Hostel. It is run by Mary Poppins, who's a former through hiker, and we're not planning on stopping there yesterday. It just ended up, it had rained so much the night before and tents were wet, and we wanted to dry out last night, so we went there, and it was a lovely experience. Lots of other hikers there, mostly section hikers, so it was fun to see other people. And they were super nice. She made dinner, she made breakfast. It was lovely. Really nice stay at the Breezy Acres. So just got dropped off by her husband, and as I started to do this video, I looked at myself in the phone and I said, I don't have my hat. So I guess I left it at the hostel. I don't know where it is. I must have just left it there. I forgot to pick it up. So I don't have a hat. I'll have to get one in the next day or two. So I'm moving on. It's gonna be a short day today. We're gonna go on to the Lookout Hostel. It's only about 8 miles. As you can see, it's quite rocky. We're gonna move on to there, and then tomorrow the Eckville shelter. So fall is starting to fall, and we are trying to move out. So for now, remember our Gold Star families. Back on trail at Ashland Road in Pennsylvania and heading south. Recon out. fairly forbidding day, actually. It's chilly, starting to mist a little bit, and pretty windy. So, weather doesn't look great for the next few days, unfortunately. Apparently there's like 8 miles of this stuff today for me. This is really hard to walk on. It's Rocksylvania, as they say. Not out of it yet. So I climbed pretty steeply up all these rocks here, and now I'm back on dirt for just a few moments right here, and then you can see the blaze on that rock there, and I climb back up this thing. So Pennsylvania is living up to its nickname of Rocksylvania, and what you're not realizing is that it's been raining and these rocks are all very slippery. So pretty hazardous situation, and I gotta go very slow here and be careful. All right, everybody, this is Hannah, and she is counting raptors, birds of prey, and she has a owl, an inflatable owl, up on this pole up here, and so then apparently hawks don't like it, so they come in and go after it. And then she has a clipboard over here, and she sits out here for 8 hours a day and counts hawks. That's pretty cool, and you can see it's pretty ugly out here. It's pretty foggy and gross right now. So anyway, thank you, Hannah, for being on video, and thank you for counting the hawks. Oh, yeah, I missed them. There's some raptors up there. Oh, there goes one right there. There he goes. Some kind of hawks. Hey, look at this, though. The fog is cleared, and I'm on this rocky cliff. And the fog is cleared out somewhat, so I can see. Look at the farms down there. It's kind of cool. And look, a farmhouse down there, barns and everything. Pretty neat. Nice to get to see something. Weather still looks kind of bad though. It's not raining, thank God for that. All right, back into the rocks. I'm wondering if this is what they call the nice edge. This is where I came from here, up this narrow ridge of rock, and it just continues. It just keeps climbing right up that way. You can see the blaze on that rock up there. So this may be the nice edge. They were talking about it the other day at the hostel. So that's where I'm heading up there. Obviously you gotta be careful, pretty hazardous. So still like going around this edge here. I don't know if you can tell, but it drops off that way pretty steeply. You can see the white blazes on the rock right up to right where I am, right about here. And we have a big rock fall down there. This beautiful view of the valley. And then this is where I still gotta go. We're at this edge here. And try not to fall off over there. I think I can do it. And fortunately, it's not raining and the rocks have dried out, so they're not nearly as slippery now. I spoke too soon. Most of these rocks are still pretty slippery. If they're in the shade, they're still wet. And if they're not in the shade, they got lichen on them. So I'm not sure. This is a tough passage right here, so there's the blaze, and it looks like to the right maybe you go, and then there's another blaze. You can see way up there pretty far. Still right along this very narrow, slippery ridge of rocks. All right, this ends the day. Check both ways. Uh-oh, car's coming. This says the Lookout Hostel, right straight across the road here. That's where I'm going. It's a short day, only 8 miles, but that's 50 miles in 4 days, so not bad. And getting across this busy ass road here. So this is the hostel, the Lookout, and it's in Pennsylvania, and I wanted to show you real quick. It's a really nice place. The owners don't live here, they live down the hill, and so it's kind of a self-service place. You let yourself in with a code. Here's the kitchen. And they have all the resupply items here. Hiker food and this sort of thing. All the stuff you might want. and then you just keep a list and then pay them with Venmo or some other method at the end of your stay. This is the view out the back, which is pretty darn nice. And then you can make free coffee and free pancakes. It's all sitting right here. So I'm staying downstairs in the basement. That's where the shower and the laundry are. We're gonna do that. Probably myself and Aldi will go out to dinner later this evening. So I'm gonna go downstairs and get myself organized. But this is a very nice hostel, and they're all a little bit different. This is pretty cool. Hey. All right, everybody. Welcome to day 101. Leaving the Lookout Hostel. And had a great night. It's a great place to stay. Slept great. And woke up in the morning to this. Pouring down rain, windy, chilly. I don't know how much of this is coming from the hurricane. Probably not a lot. The south has gotten pretty hammered by Hurricane Helene. I thought we were probably too far north and too far east to get any of it, but maybe this is the rain. I don't know. It's ugly. I looked outside, did not want to go out. But, you know, I'm on a through hike and I'm on a deadline. I've got to get down to Harper's Ferry to meet a friend, so I don't have a choice. 12 miles today to the Eckville shelter. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse, but it is what it is. Embrace the suck. Day 101, and remember our Gold Star families, and Recon is heading south. I wanted to say, I woke up this morning at like 5:20. It was still dark out, and I thought I'd go ahead and get a start on the day. Everybody else was still sleeping in the hostel. So I packed up and I carried everything upstairs, and I went out onto the porch with my backpack about 6:30, and it was still dark, and it was blowing and raining like cats and dogs. And I thought, I think I'm gonna wait. I went back in and had more coffee, and now it's like almost 8:30, and it's still raining. So I didn't really accomplish much. I did not get the early start that I was hoping for. Well, at least the rain has slowed down a little bit. Just some stuff dripping out of the trees now, but I have no idea what the forecast is. And I can't imagine that this is from the hurricane. I really think that I'm way too far north and east to be getting that, but yeah, who knows? I would imagine that there's a pretty nice view off of here under normal circumstances. But not much to see here. Going is really slow. It's super rocky. The rocks are slick as ice, and you have to step on them or tiptoe through them, and they slide, they tip. Yeah, it's really frustrating. I'm probably making less than a mile per hour through this whole thing. So anyway, I got about 3 miles to go to get to the shelter for the end of the day. So hopefully I can get there without getting too wet. Well, I'm already pretty wet, but without hurting myself, I guess, is the goal. So for now, Recon out. So Hurricane Helene, I guess, hit yesterday, and I just heard from one of the other southbounders that I've kind of been seeing off and on that he thinks our hike actually may be over after Northern Virginia. He thinks that the trail south of there has been totally devastated by the flooding. I did see some photos of Damascus, Virginia, where the trail runs right through, and the stop signs were submerged underwater. So I don't know what to make of that. You know, it's an awful situation, and you know, it's just a terrible situation, really, and it's not about me. And if I can't complete the hike this year because of that, I'll get there next year and finish it. You got to just feel for the people that are down there. It's a horrible situation. So I'm fortunate. I don't have any friends or family, I don't think, that are terribly affected by it, but it's really sad. All right, here I am, end of day 101, and like 12 and a half miles today from the lookout. This is the Eckville shelter. Place looks pretty dismal if you ask me, but it's dry, appears to be dry. I don't see any leaks from the roof, and there's a privy over there with literally a flush toilet. If you look outside here behind me, it's raining, and it's been just raining all day, and it's just been nasty as can be. You know, the rain, and then the combination of the rain plus the slippery rocks has been kind of a rough day today. So anyway, this is it. I'm gonna wait for all day to show up, and then probably fetch some water and go out making some dinner, and then tomorrow we're gonna head on down to Hamburg and do a resupply there. So anyway, that's it. Please remember our Gold Star families, and consider a donation at the channel. The link is there, and I would appreciate that very much. And please like and subscribe to the channel, and Semper Fi and Recon out. So welcome to day 102, leaving the Eckville shelter and heading down to Hamburg, Pennsylvania, where we will resupply, probably wash some clothes and take showers. I will get back up with you if I see anything interesting. It's just been kind of a miserable couple days with the rain and whatnot, and I'm not sure about the future of the through hike given the destruction down south. So we're following that. I mean, I'll go as far as I can go, and we'll see what we see. So anyway, continuing on, day 102, Recon out. Well, look at this. So the trail goes right up through all those rocks, and they're all slippery and wet and difficult. And today is the 4th day of rain. It's not raining right this second, but it's been raining off and on, and it's been raining for 4 days now. So to say that I'm not feeling it today would be an understatement. This is one of those days where I just don't want to be out here. It's miserable. I've got a very good idea that the trail south is not going to be passable, so I'm not going to be able to finish my through hike. And these rocks are beating me to death. My feet are so sore from these things. There's actually a podiatrist in Hamburg, Pennsylvania, and I'm thinking about trying to get an appointment there tomorrow if I can get squeezed in. So anyway, I just promised that I would lay it out to y'all as it goes, the good and the bad, and I want y'all to have a taste of the real adventure here. And some days you just don't want to be here, and this is one of those days. So constant rain, rocks. I did check. I've got 77 more miles of rocks. They seem to end at the Susquehanna River, so that's another 77 miles. So anyway, for now, I'll Recon out. I'll keep walking. All right, welcome to day 103, and just got dropped off near Hamburg, Pennsylvania. We spent the night at the Microtel and caught a ride over to the Walmart where we resupplied. We had ourselves a nice dinner in the restaurant there at the motel, and we are ready to roll. We got about 15 miles today, it looks like. Unfortunately, getting a late start. It's 9:30, but we had to wait for the shuttle driver. So there's no water really between here and there, so we are stuck having to do that full distance, it looks like, today. Shouldn't be a problem though. Once we climb up out of here, it's across the ridge and it's fairly flat. So a lot of sad stuff coming out of the south. It sounds like the bottom 800 miles of trail are going to be impassable and for the foreseeable future. And at this point, my plan is to go as far south as I can into Virginia and then into my hike at that point, so I can come back in the future and finish it off as a section hike. Can't be helped. You know, there's a lot of suffering down there, and although I'm sad about that situation, having to end my hike, it's nothing compared to the suffering that people are going through that have lost their lives, they've lost their homes. It's just terrible. So anyway, I will continue to march south, and I will hike until I run out of the trail, and then I'll get off and go home. So for now, Semper Fi and Recon out.